What's up? I'm Patrick and welcome to ISW Reacts. Today I'm reacting to Hua Chenyu, You Have to Believe This Is Not the Last Day. This was requested by Rosa as one of her monthly requests included in my Patreon membership. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. She wrote that Hua Chenyu wrote this song for the victims of COVID-19. So I'm guessing this could be another emotional performance by him, and I'm really excited to check it out. If you want to be like Rosa and support me and my channel, you can request the song on my Buy Me a Coffee page, or you can check out my Patreon where you can find some exclusive content like this one. You get requests included monthly and some other things. The links are in the description if you're interested. Thank you very much. Before we start, please also leave a like, consider subscribing, and now let's just get into it. The audience seems to love the song. Probably loves every song, to be honest. Just like I guessed, there's so much emotion. His stage settings are always so cool too. chills all over my body again. What an atmosphere. Such a great emotional song. I absolutely loved it. The atmosphere is so good, especially knowing a little bit of context thanks to Rosa. This really feels like a song with an honest message, and I find it quite interesting just from hearing it. The atmosphere sits somewhere in between, like a hopeful sound, but also a little melancholic. It shows fragility, but also strength and comfort. I also really like his delivery in this one, and just the way he sings. It's with so much control, and it focuses on clarity, sincerity, and this emotional delivery, but it's still kind of different from other emotional songs I've seen by him, because it is like soft and vulnerable, but it's not that restrained, and his voice isn't that like fragile. We've seen him include some deliberate vocal cracks or some things like that before, and in this one he concentrates on his voice throughout the song being pretty strong while being soft. I hope you understand what I mean. It's kind of complicated to explain, because he has this strong voice, this strong delivery, very resonant and powerful, with just a lot of strong and long notes, but not in an explosive way that we've also seen by him already. And I guess that's what makes this atmosphere feel like a little hopeful, like I mentioned, because I feel like it isn't purely focusing on sadness or creating like a sad vibe with him holding back or something. I don't know, it just feels very direct, very human, very sincere, with moments of increased intensity. And I don't know, that's maybe the wrong word, because it's not, like I said, it's not like this explosive climaxes, but it's still powerful. I hope you understand what I mean. I feel like all I'm saying is a little confusing and complicated, and I can't really describe why or how I'm feeling. But I really like it, because it has this slower emotional escalation, with the climactic moments feeling more like an emotional release then like a really huge impact. Throughout, it's kind of calm, but also very cinematic with very memorable melodic lines that are comparatively simple, like I said, with a lot of long notes. And I also think that this avoidance of overcomplicating things in this song makes this emotional connection to the listener, or at least to me. The overall arrangement and instrumentation is so great again because it's so fitting. It's pretty minimalistic and subtle in some parts, but very supportive for the vocal delivery and the message, and still creating build-ups, especially through the percussion and the overall ambient textures. So that's great. Again, Rosa said that this was written for the victims of COVID, but I think it's cool that, like you can already see in the title, it's focusing more on encouraging. It's a message of hope, of surviving, of overcoming those difficult times and knowing that there are better and brighter days ahead. And I think that's also what supports this comforting and kind of warm and healing vibe the song has. I really like that because it was such a difficult time for so many people, but through messages like that, maybe people realize that they are not alone. Even when everything seems so painful and so dark, there will be, like I said, better days. And I think, especially in the context of this topic, this connection and this power that human connection has, and a unity and being there for each other, understanding each other's pain, understanding each other's situations is such a great message, because it just was a time and a topic that I feel like divided a lot of people, even divided families, in my personal opinion, especially through egoism of individual people that didn't care for others, that didn't show empathy. And I think the message of this song shows that specifically in times like that, it's so important to be there for each other, to try to understand what other people are going through. And especially at that time, if everybody would have lived a little more after this message, things would have been a lot easier and a lot better, and there would have been a lot less division that in some parts I feel like kind of stayed to this day. And maybe another aspect that came to my mind while hearing this song is, I think this message can not only be seen from this victim's perspective, but also when we think about all the medical staff, the doctors, especially the nurses, and also a lot of just volunteers. I can imagine that a song or a message like this, to stay strong, feel the love around them and the support, was very appropriate as well, because they did so much, they worked so much, they put themselves at a lot of risk to help other people. And specifically talking about nurses, all they really got was, at least here in Germany, like people applauding from their balconies and things like that. And as soon as things got a little more normal, everybody forgot about that, about the conditions these people are working in, at least here, and I guess it's probably around the world, with them definitely not getting enough money for what they do, with having such hard working times while having a lot of responsibility and yeah, definitely not getting what they deserve. And at that time, that suddenly was a topic. But like I said, as soon as it was a little out of sight, everybody forgot about that. And I feel like this doesn't have to do anything with the message of the song probably, but yeah, still something that kind of came into my mind while listening to this, because yeah, they deserve so much more. So, such a great song again, very emotional, but yeah, once again in a different vibe than other emotional songs by him. It's, yeah, having a pretty intimate atmosphere. Like I said, it's having this melancholy, but also in kind of a hopeful sound and with a kind of hopeful message. It's very sincere, it's warm, it's comforting, and he does such a great job of delivering that with like this, I don't know how to describe it, still this maybe quiet strength, quiet or calm power. And of course, while once again having a great show, the stage looks awesome once again, how he's coming out of that thing in the middle and is let down. Looks pretty awesome. I could never do that because I'm afraid of heights, but that makes it more impressive for me, for that he's, yeah, able to still perform this great while being in such a setting. Of course, this wasn't the best audio of a performance I've seen, but maybe this kind of rawness and even a little more live feeling fits to this song. Nevertheless, I absolutely love this. I love the atmosphere. I love his delivery in this one. I love the message he's sending, and this was just amazing. Please let me know what other songs by him I should check out, or if you have any other artists you would like me to react to, please also let me know. If you enjoyed this, please leave a like, consider subscribing, and thank you very much for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.